Yeah, you take the tower like you mentioned, but and you still have a stun and you have vision, which is good. But I wonder if there was not a better offlaner that could do the same thing. I mean, I guess the free tower is so valuable here. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, the free tower, and then I think you take over a couple of camps because I think again the supports aren't going to do much to bother you. Yes, they kill boars, but eventually when you have Helm and max boars, I think they run. And I think you play, you know, as you call it always, right? The Broodmother Light, right? And then you just kind of deny a lot of the jungle away from this TA.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess because the other option would be something like a Lycan, for example, right? Which I actually wouldn't have minded either.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I think I would have preferred to see the Lycan because
he overwhelms the DP and IO and TA actually.
And that's a hero that also takes advantage of your lack of catch a little bit more than the Beastmaster, right?
Yes, exactly. That's my concern. I feel like I'm looking at the Target Boys lineup and I'm seeing a very glaring weakness and a lack of catch, right? Because Starter is what? I think he has 2 stuns and they're both 1 second each, right? A little bit more on the bash. Whereas KBU, you think, oh, let's abuse this, but there's nobody here that does that, right? So that, to me, is, I guess, a small weakness of their draft. That said, if you're looking at KBU's draft alone, you did need push, and this gives you the push that you needed, right? So, and Lycan is a bit more of a feast or famine kind of hero.
Yeah. I think
you also don't have a good Ags target here if you're playing Lycan, by the way.
I guess for KBU, if I had to assume, right, the calculus for them was Annihilate sees this match and says, you know what, I would like to take this Mars mid. You know, it was a first phase Mars pick, so they probably anticipated it would be going into the off lane. And I think then this Mars mid needed someone to play with, right? You need some lane to gank. You're not going to be ganking a Dusa lane, a Dusa Bane, you know, probably not, right? Especially when it's a pretty brutal lane with a Wisp. Oh my god, they're just going to kill MMR Tourist. Goodbye. Deleted.
All right. Wow, I was not expecting that. I mean, the Albinus who does die for that, but they gave the first blood to Murdoch is huge.
They stacked the meld, of course. He was just sitting there in the lane.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I guess level 1 Beastmaster was really weak, right? Boars don't really do much, so they could take advantage of that decently. That's good.
Oh, that is true, but again, you know, if there's ever a time to bully a TA, it's now. I think something that, you know, actually Albino Zebra ended up taking a dive there was probably actually super good, because now, look, Murdoch got solo XP for almost a full wave. I think he's almost level 2 already here. So, yeah, he's going to get probably Psyblades up second, and then a very fast point in Refraction, and then he's pretty safe here, to be honest. Well, Murdoch, you don't have Refraction up yet. Do take care.
Yeah, and the Ward is dealing a ridiculous amount of damage right now. You have to be careful. He did go for Blightstone level 1. So, or lead Blightstone, right? And with that, it's difficult for Weaver and TA, both of which have okay armor, right, to deal with this Weaver, with this Hoodwing, sorry. Regardless, I don't think the lane matters too much for KBU. Like, as long as they don't crush it, he's still going to take the tower, right? And that's what we're talking about. That's why you pick the Beastmaster.
Yep.
I think top is more important, and Speed is doing pretty okay in top for now.
Yeah, 10 and 1.
I think he's leading, actually.
He is leading. I think this is not to be expected, but, you know, you get a position 3. You know, your position 3 player, you're playing, you know, someone who is almost built for CSing, right? Pretty good base damage with a bash, right, for all that bonus damage. And you have a Wisp to back up. Like, you better be doing pretty good, I would say. Otherwise, something is going horribly wrong. They might get a kill here on Athena. Careful here. Second bash. Gets off the Brain Sap in between. Had a Nightmare, but chooses to just simply use the Fairy Fire instead. But, I mean, still job well done from Speed. I don't mean to say that to subtract from what he's achieving here, because it's one thing to be able to, you know, get the farm. It's another thing to actually, you know, follow through and actually get the farm.
Sure. I wonder if he's going to go for the level 2 bash for more harassment, or if he's going to go for the sprint. If he goes for sprint, there's a lot of kill potential here. If he goes for the second bash, then it's impossible for them to, like, pretty much win the mano-a-mano against him.
That Nightmare is going to be super annoying for him until he gets a BKB up. Wisp can eventually, you know, break the Nightmare for him, but it might leave him in a bit of a vulnerable space, him being the Wisp, of course.
Oh, he went for the bash, which is actually perfect because Thana put himself out of position, but Thana's a bit too fast. That 305 movement speed, a bit of a nuisance.
I mean, yeah, a bit of a nuisance, and of course still having Nightmare up, which is a deal breaker. Yep, exactly. You can't guarantee that. Either Nightmare the Slardar and then IO takes it, right? And then you lose the tether, so it's difficulty. Mid lane though, as I was mentioning, Mars is doing perfectly fine this lane. Iron Line late having no issues, but the real fight for the Mars starts. What is he?
Oh, okay, he's just going back to his lane after farming the enemy small camp. The real fight for Annihilate is once he hits a level 6, seeing how much impact he can have. Because Mars, when he plays in the mid lane, is a hero that requires a little bit more of a push towards the early game. Whereas off lane, it's okay if he recovers a little bit later. Mid laner, you're looking for that impact.
Minus Zebra. He's going to go down first. Lots of minus armor onto Sunlight, but not enough damage on Murdoch to actually follow up and get a kill. Top.
Dad is out of mana. I don't know how much they want to continue this. Good body block by Thana, actually.
Oh, they get Murdoch. He turned? No, he didn't turn. He got bushwhacked and Acorn shotted. Nicely done.
Okay.
That will pull a TA out of Melds.
Well done, well done. So they got both kills down bottom then, right?
Yeah, that's pretty huge.
So that went from being a lane that was favored towards the TA to now being a very Beastmaster favored lane. They're struggling to kill these boars, actually.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Bushwhack as an ability absolutely wrecks TA, doesn't it? Super long distance, you know, TA builds one mobility, well, I guess safe lane TA just one, right? Yeah, safe lane TAs don't usually go blink. They usually go, if they need to, a Hurricane Pike.
Dragonlance Desolator.
Yeah. So, not a lot of mobility. Thanos going to die.
Oh my god. Albino Zebra just got wrecked with a single Acorn shot, level 2. Wow.
Okay, top lane, though, Deuce is in trouble as they miss the Bushwhack onto the TA. Dad fighting through this one. He's body blocked by a creep. He's going to eat another bash here. Stick charge wouldn't have kept him alive anyway. Double kill then for speed top.
Well, it's a very good thing that Sunlight is doing as well as he is in this lane, right? Because otherwise that top lane would be a much bigger deal.
Yep.
As we talked about, right? Slaughter with IO, this lane is what beats any Slaughter counter. So that was the logic behind Speed's play, and I think it turned out really good. And for the Beastmaster, we just kind of underestimated him, to be honest. He's doing much better than I expected it.
To be honest, I did think he was going to struggle a bit more with these, actually having the boars, you know, be relevant. But even still at level 4, he's doing okay. I guess it's just the Helm build for
That's
him.
what I'm saying, we underestimated.
Yeah.
I think he's...
The Helm build is so good as Speed gets another kill there onto Thana top. Right, because all this bonus armor is just really what he needs to stay alive in this lane. And then it's I don't want to call it trivial, but it's a lot easier for him from here.
Yep. Yeah. Once the Helm is up, it's like you said. I mean, I think the TA has to leave actually the lane because they have 3 heroes that actually does overwhelm, or 3 creeps that overwhelm the TA in her refraction. Annihilate is doing fine for now in the middle lane, but he is going to be looking for some kills soon. He got his level 6. The problem is, where do you gank? TA, yeah, I don't know if it's worth your time because Beastmaster might just take this lane anyway. It seems like a waste of the Beastmaster, but top lane seems like an impossible gank. I don't think you kill the Slaughter, honestly.
Yeah, I think you just go bottom. Maybe you at the worst or at best you find a Weaver, to be honest, or just like any support that they leave here, because like you're saying, as soon as this Helm is up, and it's on the way by the way, I think this TA just has to kind of leave the lane. The wagon is still here. Boars are going to be level 3 with a creep. It's going to be a little bit too difficult.
I do presume that oh, Murdoch in trouble. There's the rotation from the Mars, by the way. He's coming. And they're going to try to kill Murdoch. He's dusted, so Meld is not going to do enough to save him.
Dead.
Murdoch is just going to die to the boys. There we go. Albino Zebra is the target now. Annihilate's like, well, I guess I'm just going to go top, as in the top lane. Thana does die. Dad, he's underneath the tower, and E-Boy's like, tower?
Yeah,
what tower?
Means nothing to them here already. Weaver's going to go down.
Annihilate?
Oh, TP's coming. Arena is through. Can they actually get a kill here? Oh my goodness, utilizing the Stone Gaze and the force movement here. But I guess, yeah, the force movement is accurate. Speed does land another crush here and might be able to escape, but that was actually a really nice combo, to be honest. I didn't really think of that.
Yeah.
You brought up the Bristleback being a little bit weak to the Mars, and I didn't think they would, you know, kind of utilize it still. But, and again, the mid laner's dilemma, you TP to gank a lane, and Oklahoma pops the ulti and is starting to get some damage in.
That was well done, because that was the ideal rotation, but most likely you were not getting killed unless they died, right? So you force this dive. First of all, you show them what's what. Like, it's important for Speed to understand his place, right? You can't get too cocky this game. Because, you know, otherwise he starts recording. Once he starts setting up OBS in the middle of his team, you're like, oh no, Speed's getting out of hand.
As soon as Speed goes, I think I can make content from this.
Oklahoma gets sent. Oh, speared onto the wall ledge. I did not know you could spear people to that, actually.
With guardrail.
Is that it? Is the guardrail, right?
Yeah,
huh.
That's what I would call it, right? It's guardrail.
Did you know you can't spear people to fissure, but you can spear people to that garbage
I
thing?
didn't know you couldn't spear to fissure.
Yeah, I found that out today. Unfortunately, because it lost me a game.
Because you could spear to cogs.
Yes, exactly. And shards.
Yeah.
You can only spear to man-made structures, and shards are apparently man-made.
Yes. Walrus, man-made. Cow? What is that?
Not cow, bull. Respect him.
Is he bull?
Respect his gender.
Bovine?
I think so.
Whatever.
He has a ring, right? Only bulls wear nose rings. That's true.
I like how you go respect his gender. Only boys can wear nose rings.
No, bulls, not bull. Not
What do you think? Cows can't wear nose rings? As there's a nice gank bot up there. Actually going to bring in speed here. Murdoch in a bit of trouble. Broken. Still going to fight through this one. A big old crush is going to find 3. Not going to save Murdoch, as the Nightmare only will delay the death of I Annihilate. This poor Slow is punishing for speed, however. He's lost his Wisp, so he's going to be forced to stay. And Thana ready to cut him off. Absolutely no trees here for him.
Wow.
And down he goes.
And here comes the Albino Zebra. That swarm was very hopeful. It's like, maybe I can kill him. All right. Well, Sunlight's been working wonders, honestly. This Beastmaster pick was much better than both of us expected because his lane was much better. And then the domination that we talked about in the mid game, it's happening now, right? Overwhelming with units. He has a great timing on the helm. He almost got Vlad's, by the way, which is incredible. Vlad's plus helm minute 10. Hello. Helm of the Overlord. About to be done, honestly. Only 1,200 gold away. And with this tower, it's going to get him that much closer. And they're actually putting effort in defending this tower. They don't want to give it out for free, which is interesting. As they broke to DP to top, that's going to be a tower for them. KBU not really utilizing this time too efficiently yet.
Yeah.
They just lost a tower for nothing.
No one's pressuring mid, and I think this is a bit of a waste of time. I don't think they need to rotate this many heroes bottom. I think MMR Taurus has got this on his own. That being said, E-Boys, they will notice the lack of heroes top and mid, and they know definitely there's heroes coming bottom. So they will back up and you know, kind of acquiesce the tower. But, yeah. I think... I don't know. For now, in this stage of the game, obviously you'd much rather have the Beastmaster because he applies constant pressure, whereas the Lycan provides, yes, still that constant push, but not as much as the Beastmaster. But of course, Lycan brings you a bit more.
I just think, yeah, but I think the Beastmaster scales better though. I think that's the biggest key difference between the two, right? You have a stun, you actually have utility in the late game. If the Wolf's Bite's useful, then Lycan was good, but there's no target for that. I guess Mars.
Yeah, fair point.
So that's why I think the pick was ultimately good, right? I think this was the idea. I like it. Also, Sunlight's a Beastmaster spammer, so we also know that. I mean, he plays Visage, right? If he's a Visage player, he's definitely gone to the Beastmaster. It's what all Visage players do when they realize their hero's garbage and they need to win games. And they're like, I guess I'll play Beastmaster. And then they destroy, like they go 12-0 because Micro is so easy on Beastmaster compared to Visage.
Yeah, which is funny, right? You get frustrated. These damn Boris blocking my pathing and then not flying over trees, and then they come with a 40% movement speed slow. Pig pull! Pig pull, Avo!
I'm glad that it's becoming a meme. Hoodwink, by the way, talk about other animals. Squirrel has Bushwhack. Mars is nearby. Bushwhack destroys Refraction, as you mentioned earlier. No arena, however, so now that I look at Annihilate, it was just this hopeful TP of, I guess TA might stop dead in her tracks and ignore me? I don't know.
Yeah, no Bane, Fiend Script yet. That was seemingly like a prime opportunity for a Fiend Script. Unfortunately, Bane needing to TP away from bottom. Couldn't be top. But I think that's what KB are going to be itching to do. At least if I were a Bane, that's what I would want to be going. I mean, you've got Roar, you've got Arena soon.
They just got Helm of the Overlord.
Nice.
On the Beastmaster. 12 minutes in, that's incredible.
12 minutes, good timing.
That's such a good timing.
It's naked, but, you know, it's still a good time, regardless.
I mean, every Beastmaster is always naked. He is a Beastmaster, right? Did Tarzan wear clothes?
Yes.
Did he?
Yes, he wears a loincloth. What do you think? He was full frontal and for
my version he was.
For Jane? Come on.
So you're telling me in the third act, him and Jane don't go into the trees, and is that not
Well, listen,
Tarzan?
I will not deny that there was some vine swinging for sure. You know, that may or may not have happened, but...
Yes, I remember the vine swinging very well. There was multiple vine swing, yeah. And the monkeys get involved as well, right? Yeah?
I don't remember, probably.
That was the version I watched.
What's her name? Because I know there's the... not anthropologist. There's the scientist that studied gorillas,
Jane Goodall.
who is also Jane. But
Jane Goodall.
But there's also a Jane in Tarzan.
Jane.
Is that her name?
She just said one name.
That is her name, right? It is Jane.
Yeah, she was too rich to get a second name.
Of course.
Yeah, she was the Jane. That's it.
Well, it's because she becomes Jane of the Jungle then.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
She takes that epithet.
Anyway, KBU is to be going out for the boots finally. Stop being naked there. He has a dragon though. It's funny that we consider, not being naked to wear shoes. Imagine if that's how society worked. Wouldn't that be a better life? All the time, every time I walk out of the house with only sandals, people always criticize me. I don't know why. They have a feed script now and arena. This should be a kill.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke too
good
soon.
positioning. E-boys, I think right now they need to make sure they find a good fight or at least a good pickoff.
Oh.
This could be it.
Stone gaze?
Oh, good stone gaze.
Yeah, Deuce is a really hard pickoff though.
Because they.
This is what's broken about Deuce. Speed's already. He's just writing the script as he's moving away. I annihilate. Arena. Yep. Spear. Good job. Not even needing the God's Rebuke there. Only for extra damage towards the end.
Yeah, they bring in.
You know you're a good Mars, but you don't need the God's Rebuke slow to land the spear. That's true good Mars.
It's true. It's true. They bring in the derpy Ancient Black Dragon. This man needs to see a dentist. But for now, he's clocking in. And not quite the completely bonkers. Well, this used to be like 280 damage or something at minute 14. Not quite as bad, but still quite strong. I mean, this item was so ridiculous, as you'll all recall, or maybe you don't. They actually had to nerf Ancients by increasing the mana cost on some of these abilities, namely Fireball and the War Drums, or the active here.
For some reason, Sunlight decided to go to the enemy triangle to get Ancients. Yeah. Dude, there's perfectly good Ancients back home.
Bushwhack.
That was a great bushwhack. This is why you have to support local economies. You can't go take.
I think they Roche though. I think they Roche. This is what I was building up to.
They just gave them for free.
Yeah, because of course with TA, she's here. There is no arena here for a little bit longer. There's a Fiend
That was also
Script.
a good spear. There's Fiend Script. They're just trying to poke and prod here. There's Stone Gaze in 4 actually. 3, 2. Can he make it in time?
Wow,
Spear.
Roche is dead.
At least trying to kill the supports, but he's been silenced. He can't use Stone Gaze in time. There we go. Stone Gaze. No, Dad's out of mana. He didn't turn off the mana shield because of the silence. The silence allows him to kill Dad. Albino Zebra does die here. Fiend Script completed. Now with the arena, they go for speed. Speed won't die.
Toggle.
No, the armlet toggling helps him. However, he does die eventually to Sunlight and his boars. Still a huge win here for Electronic Boys. And all this because Sunlight decided to go for the Ancient in the enemy triangle. That was what set off everything.
Yeah, I was saying that KBU, they needed to play a clean game because E-boys, that's when when they made that move to Deuce in the jungle, when they dodged the freight train that was coming from the mid lane, they recognized they have this super early Roche lineup and they could really easily take advantage. They just needed that one kill. Everyone was playing clean, and then the Beastmaster decides to take a Rumble Hide. Or the Thunder Hide creep. I'm not sure why. I thought for sure he would have wanted to hold on to that Ancient Black Dragon, but maybe it was, the grass is always greener, right?
Sure. I don't know. I feel like the that play was just really, and you need to discipline against these guys, and there was a couple of things there that they counted on. They shouldn't have. I will admit though that silence on Dusa was a very clutch play that I wasn't expecting myself, and so I think Dad's choice to go in early because Stone Gaze about to be ready was completely justified, right? How would you expect silence to have that kind of impact because you can't turn off mana shield because of silence? That's actually what crushed him. Not even not being able to turn on Stone Gaze. That was so clutch.
Yeah, fair enough there.
Well done.
You just have to be aware. I mean, like, this team just screams Roche on at you, don't they? Like, every single hero for E-boys is a Roche taker, I would say. So it's real scary as soon as that window is open. KBU now, they've got the ultis back online, and they potentially have a kill, as they will use one of those ultis for a kill onto the Albino Zebra. They probably will lose mid for this. I Annihilate thinking about, actually, all of KBU are thinking about defending.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a Fiend's Grip again, ready to go.
Radiant structures are
Little
fortified.
Nightmare is not going to save the
Dire's
tower,
middle
unfortunately.
tower has fallen.
From behind as well, they're going to be splitting this fight in 2. That does isolate Murdoch here, but he still gets off his refraction charges, and he's going to swipe through the Bane. They will get that kill, but it's cost them the Beastmaster and the Bane. Annihilate still not holding on to the arena here, trying to back up. But Speed is going to jump from behind. Stone Gaze is through from Dad now, and he will be forcing these enemies back. But he lacks the damage to really, truly punish these guys. Bushwhack is going to miss. There's the Exo now out from Oklahoma as the fight turns.
Once again, the DP being the real hero of these fights. Oklahoma, however, too close to the tower, and he's going to be able to kill the Warden, but has to keep his distance here from Dad. Dad, who's now out of mana, trying to fight his way to the end, will kill Oklahoma, but will die to Murdoch in the end as the Dragon chase after Murdoch, but afraid of this TA, doesn't want to give him any free gold. It really is the TP, much like last game, that's like leading these fights. Murdoch at best is... I mean, honestly, he's just kind of tanking and diverting the attention. He does deal a lot of damage, and they have to kill him first. But in the end, the TP is having such a huge impact. Oklahoma, the real hero. Yeah. KBU not having enough burst to bring both of these heroes down quickly enough, and they're just too big of a nuisance.
Yeah. I did really like that play, though. You know, Beastmaster kind of engaging Speed to make sure that they could just get the Aegis. I imagine that was like an Aegis and back kind of play, but the problem is, without this Roar and without Boars and generally the creeps being annoying, KBU kind of lack the utility to disengage very easily, especially once Nightmare is down. Unless you land a godly bushwhack, you know, I think Speed and the rest of you boys are going to be able to chase you down. It is quite difficult for them, as KBU find in that last fight. But the game continues. Not the end of the world. Next Roche window here, 24 to 27 minutes, about.
Not the end of the world, but it's looking scarier because this was the first fight where E-boys were like starting to really hit their stride, and now we're gonna see like up-and-coming fights being kind of difficult for them once Speed gets his BKB. That's gonna be for KBU, I mean. Because Beastmaster's now fallen off, right? Like his early point of inflection, it's done. The creep is not that strong anymore, and especially with a Slardar that can mash it to death. So now it's time for E-boys to come online, and until Dusa's ready to fight, and the menace that we all know and love, it's gonna be very difficult for KBU to deal with this.
You really do like that word menace. Yeah.
I only used it once.
No, I know, but I find you coming back to it quite a bit. You know, we talked about Dennis the Menace a while ago. Remember that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never watched that show.
Comic series as well, apparently. But not like
I've never read.
Not like comic,
especially
books.
Not issue 355, which is the best issue of Dennis the Menace.
In which Dennis
plays tennis. Anyway,
wasn't expecting that.
Take the tower down bottom. If they can take this, at least they open up their map. I'm actually surprised how. Yeah, I guess it's just free. It's Beastmaster. Yep, there we go. Solar Quest helping out that a lot. They can't deny it, and this allows you to take Outpost, opens up the map a bit more. Now you can avoid fights, and this should be the name of the game for them until Dusa gets probably the next big item. Might be Scotty. What are you laughing?
I'm just Dennis the Menace, man. That's just a funny joke.
Okay.
What are you laughing at? This man.
Ags is going to be that item for the Warden as he went for Ghost to survive. Interesting choice to go for Ags. I guess it does combine well with our Roar.
These are coming.
Take away the Refraction. We have Fiend's Grip as well.
Yeah, there's a reload though.
Nightmare. Okay. 1 refraction down, 2 refractions. Oh, no, they just left Oklahoma to die.
Oh, no.
Okay. Arena of Blood. There's the IO helping out. Speed, however, just murders Dana, but they're going to go for Oklahoma first, and they're going to be able to burst him out this time successfully thanks to this help in the arena. Speed, he's a wounded fish. Can they turn him into sashimi? They do not have vision of him. So unfortunately, he's going to be able to succeed.
You always go back to food as well with Slardar, don't you? To you, the most...
It's because he is the tastiest hero in Dota2. I don't know how to tell you this. Jenkins and Suns fan were so wrong.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're going to have to change that opinion as soon as Valve add our yogurt hero to the game all in a row.
What's the yogurt hero?
Well, it's going to be added soon. The Amiibo.
You know, actually, on that note, in this game, we actually have some good contenders, though, because Hoodwink, right? Probably pretty tasty, too.
You know? Yeah, true.
In Ukraine, dormice are a delicacy, so, you know, Hoodwink's close. If you think about it, probably Weaver, honestly.
Yeah, full of protein.
Egypt.
Yeah,
in Egypt, locusts are very tasty.
Yeah, we grasshoppers as well are cooked sometimes in Mexico.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. I forgot the name of it, but they put chili and lime on it, right?
It's pretty good.
So, yeah. And obviously the tastiest hero in this game is Io. Because don't you want to just bite into that cube, huh?
Yeah, you really do. You really do.
Yeah.
Careful here. KBU into the triangle, or at least thinking about it. TA traps, of course, slowing their progress, or at least those of the creeps. Ulti's mostly back online, but no Stone Gaze. Arena in 1 second. And Fiend's Grip in a further 30 as E-Boys will smoke maybe look to fight again in their own triangle. There's a Hawk here. So if their smoke is broken, they're all going to be scouted. Speed, though, makes the jump in onto Sunlight. He gets the roar off onto Speed. No BKB, but he does get saved by that reload, leaving Murdoch, however, alone in the arena. He will fall.
He got saved by the time-lapse.
Thank you, time-lapse X.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a really, really good time-lapse. And he did waste BKB, however, so Speed, I don't know if you want to re-engage, and they don't have Stone Gaze. That Bushwhack was so clutch. Oh my god, what a game by the Warden, seriously. He's been playing both games of Hoodwink has been spectacular for him.
Agreed. You guys got some competition for best Hoodwink players in the league.
Yeah. Dad. He still has the Manta to get rid of that. Yep. Goodbye, Corrosive Haze. And now Oklahoma stuck here.
Another good Bushwhack.
Wants to start the Spirit Siphon. Another good Bushwhack. He said Ziz is down, but the Warden's going to have to die. The sacrifice doesn't really matter. If they can fish Speed, they will save him again with a time-lapse, though. The tasty heroes are uniting so they can't get eaten. KBU won't be able to get kills just yet. They tried to spear them back, unfortunately fails, and now gets Corrosive Haze. Speed continuing the onslaught, saved by the Nightmare. Annihilate, a bit of a miscoordination. They actually use a Bino Zebra instead of tank the Nightmare. That was a really awkward fight.
Yeah.
The second half.
And they need to get out now. Murdoch's back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, just reset mentally. Reset mentally.
It's this Roche window as well, so I imagine stress is pretty high here. KBU, they know that one simple mistake is going to lead towards second Aegis here for the EU boys, and that's always a big one. Not like second Roche is literally bigger, of course. It's more of the consequences of second Roche tend to have ramifications.
It has more meat, yeah.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. A Blink Dagger, though, on Dad. This could be the best item or the worst item. We're going to have to see.
Smoke play. The ultis are back up except for Fiend's Grip. KBU back into the triangle.
Oh, they used time-lapse. There we go. Annihilate saw that. He's like, well, time to get some kills. 2 times thwarted, not a 3rd time.
Why has it come to this, Io?
Oh, I didn't know Mars had... Oh, you know, that's funny, right? Because Io is the biggest, quite famously, right? Io is the biggest moon in Jupiter. So I wonder if that's a little, you know, astronomy joke there. Probably not.
What did Mars say? I have lines.
He said, why did it have to come to this, Io?
Oh, it could be. Well, I don't know, because Mars doesn't have that moon, right?
No, it's Jupiter's moon.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I guess Zeus would say that.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Right?
you're
Yeah.
right. Well, I guess, you know, if it's his brother's moon, then he probably has, you know, they've run into each other at the parties, I bet, the family gatherings.
What is Io the goddess of, then?
Io? Isn't Io the god of... I'm pretty sure Io is some sort of god in Greek mythology.
One of the mortal lovers of Zeus, of course.
Of course. One of the very mortal lovers, of course. I reckon you can just have a big old list of, you know, on the Wikipedia.
Right, so Zeus, so she was a priestess, right? And then Zeus had sex with her in normal human form this time, right?
Radiant's
And then
middle tower
to hide her, he turned her into a cow and then forgot about her. And then so I was a cow now. What a terrible story. what a big mean person Zeus.
The Greeks, you know. Oh.
They found TA. No, saved by the time-lapse. We forget. You can't get too hyped about kills because time-lapse is here. It saved them a lot of times. Bane dies actually as a result because he was hoping to get a Nightmare, I suppose. Bushwhack though for speed. This time they do not have the time-lapse. They spear him against the tower, and the blink from Dan successful.
Nice.
Not gonna save. Neither will the BKB. What a good use of the Stone Gaze and the blink dagger there. So this item is gonna be good this game.
Yeah, at least good so far. Yeah, and these Bushwhacks just incredibly annoying. Really, really opportunistic jump there from KBU. I like it when the teams end up making decisions like that. You can tell that was a decision made through comms and just Dota knowledge. As now Murdoch is going to be speared on back Oklahoma with a nice silence on the 2. Time-lapse not in time! Albino Zebra was waiting patiently on the high ground, a bit too patient.
Oh. Nothing is more exciting as a caster than seeing a kill that you know is going to be missed, actually not, you know? It actually happened. What a well-played game by Annihilate, honestly. His Mars is showing off. It's like Speed is not the only man who can play Mars.
Yeah, for sure.
His snapback spears, and in general, his plays have been really, really solid. Tactically, he has been the pillar of the team. And now Dad can just do Dad things, right, and just carry the game for himself.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Also the Warden. I think the Warden and I Annihilate are the reason when we got to this point, and now it's just Dad's job to finish it. Right?
And MMR Tourist, right? Sunlight's been playing an awesome game.
Yes, the early game was very much him, right? But then as he fell off, I think like minute 20 onwards, they needed someone to come and take the reins, right? I think it has been the Warden and I Annihilate with their team fight that's been really, really impressive.
Still really hopeful
Whereas
smoke from E-Boys, by the way. I think they would have been better to utilize this to contest Roche. Because KBU don't take it too extraordinarily fast, so I believe they will be able to contest this, especially because they have a tier 2.
We have Stone Gaze, we have Arena, we have Fiend Script. I don't think you want to... I don't know, they have really good Roche skills, right?
KBU?
Yeah, KBU.
Like,
Because you have Zona with Arena,
Roche
you have Stone
fighting
Gaze to
skills.
just take
Yeah.
Roche. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, not Roche taking. No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, like, if you're in the pit, right, if they contest you, you have super good counter initiation.
Yes, very true. And of course, always having the vision advantage and just getting zoned away by the Manta Illusions. Roche is going to fall.
Yeah. They give a shard to Annihilate. I agree with this.
Yep, me too. Well,
There's the shard for the Hawk's already done for Beastmaster, by the way, so that would be the second best.
they're called Dive Bomb, right?
Yeah, dive bomb is the ability it gives the
So
Hawks.
good.
I think it still has 1400 range, by the way.
1200 range.
No, 1200. That was absurd,
it's
by the way.
it's still a blink dagger.
Yeah. Like they probably the team, the patch team asked IceFrog to nerf it. He's like, well, I read a National Geographic. That's how far Hawks go. I can't go against that.
They're like, please, Mr. Frog. Ever since you've gotten this, you know, this National Geographic book, you made some wild changes to Dota 2. You got rid of Necrobook because you said those weren't real animals. You put Helm 2 in because you wanted the Ancients to be dominated because you saw a sketch of a dinosaur with a saddle on it.
Remember the Brewmaster Fire change? We do. That's when you started. That's when your addiction to National Geographic began.
Radiant's bottom tower
They're gonna take the tower down bottom now with Dad's Solar Crest. This has been the trick until now. Like, what do you do, right? The counter initiation on KBU is so strong.
This Alpha Wolf as well is crazy. Dusa, a stat builder, of course, so she really benefits highly from this. The wraparound.
Radiant's bottom
This is clutch. They're going for the squirrel first, but the Arena traps 4 in despite the BKBs. They kill him by with a double catch here. So no more save. They get rid of Murdoch and Oklahoma in quick succession. Spades down. They've taken the whole team away. I Annihilate will have no wraps today. He's on a no-carb diet.
Wow, that was incredible.
Radiant's bottom barracks
What a
What a
counter
great
initiation.
play.
Everything just came in clutch there. The E-Blade even down to the Warden, just completely denying E-Boys any chance of getting anything out of that fight. Nice attempt there on the spear. Of course, Annihilate, he knows he's okay. He's got the team to back him up. So many ways now to get through Refraction for Murdoch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm glad we were hyping up the counter initiation as much as we did, right? Because I think it rang true there, right? That play was, I think, good by E-Boys. I don't think that was the wrong play. It's just KBU a little bit better.
GG. Yeah, I mean, look at it again, right? I discounted it, to be honest. I didn't think their counter initiation was that good, but I guess really Arena. Like, that was night and day. You know, compare this to the tier 2, the tier 1 tower fight that KBU took, right? When they get rid of Aegis on the TA. Of course, you know, E-Boys in a much better